Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. This is gonna be a tough one. I cannot believe that somebody would get on the internet and say some stupid shit like this. But this be the stuff that I be talking about. I literally just had a live the other day, and we were talking about how that lady, I forget her name. I think it wasn't Sonia Massey. Or maybe it was Sonia Massey. I can't remember. It was the one lady that got killed in her kitchen by the police. I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. No disrespect. It's so many. There's so many unarmed black men and women that have been killed by the police that I oftentimes forget. But they brought her up, or whatever the case may be, and they were mad at me because I had brought up the fact that black men were blaming her for her own demise. And they were like, where are you getting that? Got really mad, even though I played a video of a black man literally blaming her for her own demise. So I was like, why? And they were trying to say, like, I was trying to infer that, like, most black men are doing this. And I was like, I'm not saying most black men are doing this, but that any black men are doing this is a fucking problem. Any black men that are doing this is a problem. The same way I call out the 18% of black men that voted for Trump. I don't care. Get over it. When 92% of black women voted for Kamala and 80-some% of black men voted for Kamala, I think that's too much. The hell are you doing voting for Trump? Excuse me if I got higher expectations of black people. I need them numbers back down around where they was 2 years, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, right? Around that 3% range for black women and around that 10% range for black men. But I really wanted it lower than that. When I saw that 1 out of 10 black men was voting for Trump, the last whatever the election before the last, I was like, what? 10%? 1 out of 10? Mind you, then the shit jumped up for both people, but it jumped up for me. And I was like, what the hell? Trump? Oh, yeah, we lost the plot, right? That's what, like, man, I'm not making none of this stuff up. I'm not making any of this stuff up. We gonna get into this right now. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
And we are back. What's going on, folks? Appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to everybody joining. I don't care where you're joining from. Appreciate you for being here. Let's get the like count up in the building. Let's go. Let's go, folks. Let's go. I know it's been a while. I've been a little under the weather and handling some other stuff, but we're back. Let's go, folks.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I forgot about this corny ass intro. My fault. Give me a second.
Let's go. Why do they love these jokers? Why do they want to be with a prisoner? It makes no sense to me. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't understand why they would want to be with the prisoner, why they would want to be with a criminal, why they're attracted to these guys. I don't get it at all. But maybe some of you can help me gain an understanding today. What we see a lot of in our society today is a lot of them have gone against religion. Say it all the time. You're going against religion, you're going against God. You don't care about morality. And a lot of them more than ever, which goes against what they're saying, which is a lie.
Mind you, this woman, Stephanie Dowells, was killed by her fucking husband. And he fucking talking about religion and how women in society rejecting religion nowadays, even though we know that women are more likely to be religious, to belong to an organized religion than a man is.
They talk about how they are doing big and bad, when if you were doing so good and well in life and you had all this going for yourself, you wouldn't need to go date a prisoner. You wouldn't need to be with a prisoner. There's no way. It makes no sense.
She was married to the man before he went to prison. She didn't marry him when he went to prison. They were already married. She just stayed married to him.
It makes no sense for a woman that is doing very well in her life to desire a man that's locked up. She would be able to get with a man that's not locked up. She would be able to get with a man easily that wasn't a criminal. She would easily be able to attract somebody that is doing well professionally, come on, talk to me. Somebody that was doing so well in life, you can't tell me she would be able to get with a very honest man, a clean man. She would be able to get with a man that is able to take care of his family. How can a man take care of you or your family and he's locked up? He has a record.
This is the thing that I never understand. And I was talking about this shit earlier today. Why, how is the woman the problem? The woman that chose the man. How does that hurt anybody but herself? She hurt herself by choosing this man, right? Like if I'm saying, if you want to blame her or whatever, she hurt herself. She put herself in harm's way. Okay, right? Fine, whatever. But who is the person that harmed her? Why are we not talking about that motherfucker? He preaching to a dead woman right now, just so we're clear. He is saying all of this stuff to a woman that was murdered by her fucking husband. This is crazy. This is sick.
Ooh, not too heavy on the man, bro, because some of us have records and we've been doing well. We've done better for ourselves. We've changed.
Not too heavy on the men. What the fuck? What did you say that was heavy on the men? You ain't said shit about men yet. He's so afraid of men giving him any type of pushback. He's not concerned about what he's saying about the women. He's worried about how he's going to make the men feel by telling the women they shouldn't date ex-felons and ex-cons. What?
Good for you that you changed, but guess what? That don't mean you need to be with no woman right now. You change, be alone for a while, a long time. Let's make sure that you've changed. That's what you need to do. You need to be by yourself for a long time to make sure that you've changed and that you can establish something for yourself, because that's the penalty for you getting in trouble with the law. That's your penalty. That's your punishment. You got in trouble with the law. You don't deserve, at least they shouldn't have access to these kind of women. But these women are giving them access. They want the men to see their body, their cooter cat.
So right back to the women. If you thought for 1 second he was going to actually get into some substance about how the men need to be better, no, just right back to the women.
And now you have a case like this. For those of you who are unfamiliar, let's go, folks. I need everybody to get the like count up. Thank you and appreciate you for supporting the live stream. For those of you unfamiliar, Stephanie Dowells was married to a convicted felon who took the lives. He took the lives of 4 people, right? This man right here that I'm about to put on the screen. He took the lives of 4 individuals. This man right here. He took their lives, and it didn't matter to her. She wanted them. She still wanted to be with them. She wanted them so bad. What do y'all see in these type of individuals? Shout out to the brother, International Quiet Storm. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. He said, I'll get this out the way and listening while working. Salute Black Guru, already hit the like button and shared the stream on all socials. My brother, my man, I appreciate you. For some reason, I don't know why your comment's not coming up. I'll have to fix that and figure out what's going on with it. But I got your super chat. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Salaam alaikum to my Muslim brothers and sisters. We're almost done with the month of Ramadan, so I appreciate each and every for going through with this fast. May Allah reward us on it and accept our fast.
All this coming, him doing all of this stuff, and then now he want to talk about fucking Assalamu alaikum and stuff, man. Get the fuck out of here.
This type of individual, right? Let's think about this for a minute. What would attract you to marry a man or even want any type of dealings with a man that has been convicted of taking the lives of 4 people? Where's the attraction? Can y'all help me? Desperation, lowest of the low, ain't no way in hell. What is attractive about this? What's attractive? Thank you, Sister Tamara.
It's a nobody. Again, it's just a pointless question. A, the woman is dead. B, that's not the point. She didn't cause anybody any harm. Why are we focusing on the person who didn't cause anybody any harm? Why are we not focused on the person that killed the woman? Because he's a killer. That's what killed. You acting like he a lion. Like, well, lie me. I can't blame a lion for being a lion. It's a whole human being. It's almost it's all whenever a man kills a woman, it is almost always rooted in misogyny. Unless that woman was trying to kill him, which is rare as fuck, that man is misogynistic. Because why do you need to ever kill a woman as a man? Why? Why? It's almost always rooted in misogyny. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about her, this dead woman who was murdered by her husband while under the protection of the law, in prison. She was murdered. We're not going to talk about that, the failure of the guards or anything like that. No. We are going to talk about how you don't see how you think that you don't think this nigga cute enough for her to be with.
All right. Thank you for your Cash App donation, sister. I did get it. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support of this channel. Been off for a while. He's not even cute. I'm not that desperate. Loneliness and longing. But here's the thing. Why do we have so many women today saying they're not lonely, that they're doing all this stuff, that they're happy to be with either by themselves, or they're happy with their situation? They got all these different men in their DMs and they can get a man anytime. They're single by choice.
So you going to take one woman who was tragically killed by her husband. You're going to take her example and say, well, well, it looks like women aren't actually happy. They're desperate and da-da-da-da, when the numbers say something completely different. The numbers say women are leaving. Men talk about MGTOW. Nah, nigga, WGTOW. WGTOW is what's happening. WGTOW is what's popping right now. Women going their own way. WGTOW is a thing. It ain't a movement. It's a way of life. It's a lifestyle.
You're single by choice, and then when you want to not be single anymore, your choice is a man like this. And this
what
spreads across all races of women.
I could be wrong, but when I read her story, she was already married to this man. Maybe I'm wrong.
Women, but I mostly see it in the Black community. All races of women seem to do this, right? And I'm speaking of in America, the United States. All of them seem to do this, but the majority seems to be the BW.
Now, I don't know, again, if he's making the assertion that she married him while he was in prison. I know he went to prison in the 90s, like 1994, 5, something like that. He went to prison like 94, 95. I know he had killed like a bunch of men or whatever. He like was a robber or a thief or something like that. And that's when he went to prison. She's 62. He's 54. I don't know when they got married, though. I don't know if she met him in prison. That's all I'm saying. I don't know how long they've been married. I don't know. Right? I don't know. But she's 62. So 94 is 31 years ago. So she was 31 and he was 23 at that time. So I don't know. I don't know when they were married. I'm curious to know when they were married, to be honest with you. But even if she married him when he was in prison, whatever. I'm just saying, it's just, I don't know. I think then his point is moot if he's saying that, but I think he probably knows. I don't know. I haven't seen any evidence of that though.
They seem to be most attracted. But Guru, what kind of woman was her? a beloved grandmother. Look at what they say about her. We're going to read the story in just a second. She's a beloved grandmother, 8 grandchildren. She was the sole provider for her family. Where do I get my data and statistics from? A lot of different places. She was a beloved mother or grandmother and the sole provider for her family. In love with a murderer. In love with a murderer. Let me bring the brother up real quick before I continue. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you.
What's going on, Guru? Good topic you talk about today. Good topic.
Appreciate you. What you got for me?
I got a lot of things.
Let me fix this.
Man, 'cause I've been seeing this go rapidly in the Black community. You know, women dying over guys who's with the mental illness, out of jail, coming out of jail. You can Google right now Sydney Buchanan. I don't mean to take the show away from you. You can Google her right now. She died. He was stalking her, and it's happening.
What was her name?
Sydney Buchanan. Sydney Buchanan. And the guy was stalking her type stuff. And she's from where I'm from Gary. So, and he killed her. And then the guy who told on him, he told him to hide the body. The guys told on him, snitched on him. And that's how they caught up with him. But
Sydney Buchanan.
Yeah.
Out of what area again? Say it one more time.
Gary, Indiana.
Out of Gary, Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. I was listening. Sorry, I had to fix some things.
And after all that, they finally convicted him, but they didn't have enough evidence to convict him, so he got away with it. So,
how old was she?
Couldn't be no more. Maybe say about 29, 28. She got a kid too. She was a single mother too. You know how how they go. Single
mother. So she was supporting her family.
Oh my God. They just can't. They're obsessed. Damn, you motherfuckers are so lame.
Looking for love. Why do you think these women do this? Somebody in the comments said desperation. They're desperate.
Yeah, that too, and just control. You can control a guy because he has no resources when he come out of jail. Mm-hmm. So you can control a guy like that who has really nowhere to go. So his only option is a halfway house. And the halfways kick him out. I mean, where else he gonna go? So
why do they want to control a man like that? Why do they want to control a man, period?
Well, it goes to show you that, let's take you for instance. You got your own house and all that. They can't really tell you what to do. And that's your own property. You got paperwork, you got the deed to the house. They can't tell you, hey, this is my house, put my name, you can't do that.
So he's saying that the women date men in prison because when the men get out, which a lot of them don't get out, but if the men get out, that the women can control them because they, have all the money, right? They have all the resources. That sounds like men who want to be the sole providers. Same concept. Like when I say that men men actually aren't interested in being sole providers. What they are interested in is power and control. These men will argue with me. But now he gets to make this assumption that that's the reason why these women want these men, when in reality, I don't think that's what it is either. Because I've listened to women who dated men in prison, like love after lockup and all of that type of stuff. The thing that I got the most from it is this. Men in prison, it's a level of romance involved with it. I know that's crazy, but there is. But really, men in prison, all they do is think about you and pay attention to you, and they call you every day that they can, and they write you 19 love letters a week, like, you know what I mean? As opposed to a man in the real world who will live in your home and never talk to the woman. So they're getting that emotional need fulfilled from having a man like paying attention to them. If the man's in there fucking other men, like, you know what I mean? Like he could be manipulated, whatever. She doesn't know. She doesn't know. She just gets that feeling of of a man, that's paying attention to her and investing into her, right? That is if you, instead of y'all clocking that shit and seeing how it is directly connected to how men treat women in general, right? Like the men who are free treat women, you guys are turning around and blaming the women. The reason why they feel this void there is because of how men treat them, how men in general have treated them. So a lot of them run to prisoners, right? Because they're like, damn, he called me every day. He texts me, he calls me every day. I got a letter in the mail every week, and he drew roses, and he drew my face, and he made, he drew Daffy Duck or whatever. Like that's a lot. And women aren't like men when it comes to the physical aspect. They are up here. This is their biggest erogenous zone, right? Which is men's too, but this is their biggest erogenous zone. So women are like more invested in the, what's going on with the emotion and the mental than what's going on with the physical. Doesn't mean they don't care about the physical. They do. It's just not as important a lot of times as the mental. So they're getting their emotional needs fulfilled, or as close, to getting their needs fulfilled in that way. And it's because they have been beaten down constantly and let down constantly by civilian men, let's say.
So they take a guy like that. He got nowhere to go. I can get you a job, baby. I can.
And this is the men projecting how men think about women onto women again, because men are looking to control women. Women aren't looking to control men, not even these types of women.
Help you get back on your feet. Let me put you in a situation where you can, you can thrive. And then that's when they find out his true colors,
Okay. I see a lot more of this happening with these women in today's time, right? A lot more of them have taken on this mindset. And you're talking about control and power. That's what they want. What in society is pushing them to want this type of control and power over men?
It's not, but again, it's you projecting. It's you just projecting what men do, right? Men are always looking for control and power and dominance. So he's saying, well, women are doing it too, but this is the only way they can do it. When in reality, if you look at the women who date men out of prison, which my mama was a woman who dated a man in prison, they be loving those men. They be holding those men down. When those men come home, they got clothes, they got shoes, they got drawers, they got a toothbrush, they got a place to stay, they got in-house coochie, everything a man could want. He done sold her that he gonna be a changed man when he come home, and he gonna live up to her expectations and all of that stuff. And it sounds good. Like, imagine that you're building it up for 9 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Man gets home. Hey, he loves me. He's been there for me. Da 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 da. Like he said, that you see the man's true colors. And instead of us talking about how manipulative men are, he is trying to act like women are actually the ones that try to manipulate men. So, sir, let me get this straight. You said that the women want to control the men, but then you just said that when the men get home and she sets him up and puts him in a better position, she sees his true colors, which means she can't control him. She never could. And she's not dumb. She knew that going into it.
What do you think it is?
The men manipulate him. That's what it is.
Well, it just goes to show you that women think short term. They don't think long term. They just think,
interesting.
Okay, he might not be in the like the competition for this guy. He can't compete with this guy, so they're gonna go basically to 10%, 80-20 rule. You know how it goes.
So you don't think it's like something in the water?
Basically,
you don't think it's like something in the water or something?
Nah, it's just a trend.
It's something in the water, man. What the fuck are you talking about?
If he's a gangster type guy, she feel like she can protect him. So if he's in the streets all the time, the streets, people are afraid of him. They're afraid of a guy that been in jail. I did 20 years, and people fear me. So that's all that. How they go.
I don't know what this dude's talking about. What are you talking about? He just making shit up.
Brother, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming up and giving me that perspective on that case out of Indiana.
Wow. So a whole A whole big fat nothing burger. But like I said, listening to this, man, I mean, this is an hour-long video. I ain't about to sit here and listen to an hour of that, but I just wanted to point this out and show y'all, because like I said last night, they was coming for me talking about some, why you saying that black men be blaming women for their own murders? This is why. This is why. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, they do. Sorry. I don't never gotta lie about the shit that be happening. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy.